Welcome to Baxter Bell Yoga. I'm Baxter Bell. I have 3 quick requests for you and then we'll get right into our video practice for today. Number 1, please check out my website, baxterbell.com, where you can find access to my online yoga classes. You can find opportunities to dive deeper into your yoga learning, and you can find more free content. Number 2, please reach out to me personally at baxterbell.com if you'd like to set up a one-on-one session to improve your overall yoga practice, or if you'd like to address any health issues that you have with yoga therapy. Number 3, if you enjoy this video and you find it helpful, please like it when you're done. That would be really helpful. So that's it. Let's take a look at what our practice for today is. I'm pretty excited today to share with you a new variation of dynamic bridge pose that I call dynamic one-legged bridge pose. And the unique thing about this version of bridge, normally dynamic bridge is excellent for strengthening the back of the body, for opening up the front surface of the body, especially the front of the legs and the belly. It brings a little back bend shape into the spine, and it can both improve flexibility and strength, which is wonderful. So the variation we're going to do today, the one-legged version, actually challenges your balance, and in particular the smooth ascent and descent of the hips. So you may notice the first time you try this, or the first couple times you try this, that the pelvis seems to wobble a lot or maybe swing a little bit side to side. So part of the challenge of this particular pose is to try and work with your hips and your awareness of the hips so they are steadier and steadier going up and down and more even as you work. And so because of that, we are working on balance a little bit, but we're also getting some of the smaller muscles around the hips and in the spine and the belly area to get fine-tuned to that balance experience. So I think you're going to enjoy this, and basically all you need is your mat. If you like any extra padding, you can certainly take that. So let's go ahead and make our way down into a reclining position. Let's come into constructive rest position. And as always, we want to have the heels about 4 or 5 inches from the hips. But a unique feature of this variation of bridge is that we're going to bring the feet and knees fairly close together. I usually have the inner edges of my big toes touching, but my heels slightly apart. And then just to experiment to see how it feels to do bridge with the feet narrower and with the inner knees lightly squeezing, bring your arms down to your sides, widen your collarbones, create that nice broad feeling across the chest, invite the natural arch into the lower back, and then on an in-breath, as you press your feet into the floor and your arms into the floor, lift your hips up a few inches, and then exhale and lower down. And even here, notice if the hips tend to move around a little bit. So inhale, lifting the hips up, pressing the knees a little bit away from you, trying to keep the knees as close as you can, and exhale down. Inhale, lifting the hips, exhale, lowering, just kind of warming up the body to the regular dynamic bridge, but with the feet closer together. Maybe 2 more times, just for good measure. And again, I'm not trying to lift super high. I'm just kind of taking it where I can take it comfortably today. And 1 more time. Good. Now, let's pause for a moment. We want to keep the feet where they are. We're going to take the left knee and tip it into the chest, and then take the bottom of the left foot and place it on top of the right knee. Now the left knee is pointing pretty much straight up, not dropping out to the side. I want you to think about pressing into both feet. Even though this top foot is on the leg, we still want to anchor that down. So everything else is pretty much the same. The arms are active, the collarbones broaden, and as you inhale, pressing into both feet, lift the hips up and press your right knee forward, and then exhale, lower down. Let's try that again. Inhale, lifting up, pressing both feet down as you lift up, and exhale, lowering down. Inhale, floating up into your comfortable lift, wherever that might be today, and exhale, lowering down. Do that 3 times on your own, starting now. Keep your awareness in the pelvic area. Try to keep the hips steady and even as you go up, and steady and even as you come down. Notice the degree to which you're swinging side to side or twisting a little bit in the hips. Let's do 1 more time. And then as you come down, let's bring both feet down. Feet are close together again. Inner edges of the big toes touching, heels a little bit apart. If you feel like your heels moved away from your buttocks through the course of that, then bring the heels in a little bit again. And this time we're going to step the right foot up onto the left knee. Pressing the arms down, widening the collarbones, pressing into both feet and the arms as you inhale and lift up on this side, and then exhale, lowering down.
As you lift the hips up, think about your left knee moving forward away from your chest. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's do that a few more times. Inhaling into the bridge, the one-legged bridge. Exhaling down. And the last 3 on your own at the pace that feels good for you. And you can gradually work up towards your comfortable maximum. But especially since this is so different from your typical way of working, I would be very comfortable with you keeping things a little on the lower side. Beautiful. Now, as you come down, go ahead and release that foot down. Separate the feet a little bit. Let your arms come a little bit away from the body and just allow the knees to rock a little bit side to side. I personally find that feels pretty good after this particular version of dynamic bridge. And then one final little release is to tip the knees in a little bit towards your chest. Just give them a gentle little squeeze. Rolling to one side, using your top hand to bring you up. Go ahead and come up to a simple sitting position. Take whatever you need to sit well. So that is one-legged bridge pose, dynamically done to add a little more challenge into your bridge experience. So try that out this week. See what you think about how that feels for you in your practice. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and YouTube at Baxter Bell Yoga. I'd love to see you in an online yoga class, and you can see the full schedule on my website. Until the next time. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Namaste.